everyone, my name is Jaybird and welcome back to Everlasting Summer. Let's just get back into the game. Back into the game. Back into the game. I sighed in relief and took a place in the farthest corner, hoping that nobody would see me. Somehow stuffing my breakfast in, I was about to leave already when Miku dashed up to my table.
Oh, good morning, Semyon. I kind of overslept today. Can I take a place here next to you?
She sat down straight away. Well, I'm kind of leaving already.
Is it true that you and Slavia are, what? Like that?
Well, you know what I'm talking about. She stared at me closely, blinking her eyes. Who told you that? Well, one would expect the rumors to spread fast. But not that fast! I started to slowly go into rage mode.
I heard it from Zhinya, and she probably heard it from Cheeskov. Heard it from Olga Dmitrievna. I don't want you to misunderstand me. It's not my business, but if you don't want to, then don't answer. But if it's not a secret...
You're right. I don't want to answer. I stood up and quickly headed towards the exit. It was a hot day. Hey, Day. You looking pretty good today. Mwah. Well, fuck. This amplified my anger, since I don't like the heat. Fuck you! Right now, though, anything could drive me out of my wits. But I had to make up my mind now on how to conduct myself. I didn't want to run into anyone, so I went into the forest where I could think calmly. Having stopped in a glade, I sat on a stump, took a stick, and started to pick at the ground with it. If there is nothing that's up to me, all I can do is to simply wait. But, in fact, what can I do? Assault the infirmary? Even if I succeed, what comes next? Try to bring Olga Dmitrievna to her senses? Hardly possible. Funnily enough, this whole enigma turned into a simple, everyday situation. If it was happening in my world, there would be no problems at all. Come on, really, what's the problem? Even if I did sleep with the girl, who cares? Even if I was actually 17, even then nothing terrible would happen anyway. It would be slightly more awkward, but still tolerable. And now what? I'm not the master of my fate. Although, was I ever? Is there anything at all that was up to me in my entire life? Have I ever reached any peak that I was seeking? And now, once I've reached one, I can't hold my ground. Maybe I was just a spectator from the very beginning? My mystical appearance in this camp, all the local residents, all the events that happened to me. All that is just a weird game and I'm only a pawn. Well, if that is so, I will still play out my role to my best. I got up and headed to the camp, prepared to take no prisoners. The plan wasn't completely finished in my head, but I've made up my mind already. What am I gonna do? There was no one at the camp leader's cabin. I rummaged through the cabinets and packed up a sleeping bag, my winter clothes, and a flashlight and some other garments I found. I came out and immediately ran straight into Alyssa. Fuck.
Going for a hike?
Yeah, for a hike, I reassured her.
Well, take care.
She gave me a sly smile and went on her way. Oh, fuck you. I hastened. Why do I always do that with words? First it was basin. Now it's like hasten. I hastened my steps to the infirmary. The nurse is a human too in the end, so eventually she will go to lunch. Is she really human? I think she's more of a succubus. Hello, nurse! I hid in the bushes waiting. Time flew by fast. My thoughts have settled and I had a firm decision. I haven't thought my plan out beyond the first steps. I simply didn't care. The most important thing is that I act the way I think is appropriate, and whatever happens next, let it happen. At last, the nurse came out of the infirmary. Hello, nurse! She looked around and, noticing no danger, locked the infirmary with a key and quickly went towards the canteen. As she went around the corner, I got to the window in a few bounds and started to hectically knock on it.
Hey girl, I missed you!
Slavia showed up soon.
Simeon, what are you doing here? You're not allowed to...
How are you feeling?
I'm fine. But Olga Dmitrievna told me to stay here for another day.
She told me something completely different. Okay, get out, I said with confidence.
What are you talking about? What for?
She asked fearfully.
Get out now! I'll explain everything later!
She'd like to... I don't know why I said it so weirdly.
Like, I'll explain to you later!
She looked at me closely for a while, but then opened the window without further argument.
Get out!
Yeah, go get your ass out here. I helped her to jump down to the ground.
Okay, what next?
Let's go! I grabbed her hand and made my way to the forest. Slavia stopped a few minutes later. Simeon, just what are we doing? What's wrong? Do you think that everything was right the way it was?
No, I don't, but it will be even worse this way.
Why? We have a right to act the way we think is correct.
Okay, but what will happen next?
I haven't thought about it yet. Every step in my plan had gone quite well until now, but I wasn't keen on thinking even one step ahead. Take a look! I opened the bag and showed the things I took from the camp leader's cabin.
And?
Slavia looked at me inquiringly. I don't know. We'll stay in the forest for a while. Show them that our opinion matters.
But that's stupid and childish.
Well, if you don't want to. She gave me a lamentable look. That's a lamentable look. What? What?
What?
Lamentable. Deplorably bad or unsatisfactory. That does not look like she's unsatisfied. That looks like she's very satisfied with the situation, because she's a little blushing right there, you know? I woke up early today, guys. It's, normally I wake up at like 11 in the morning. I woke up at like 6 something this morning. Just naturally, by the way. I just woke up. I'm just like, I'm here. Hello. Oh, the sun's already come up. Okay, I'll do as you say. These words gave me the creeps. As you say. Nobody ever said anything like that to me. In any case, I think this is the best decision for now. Alright. Okay! Look at those boobies though. Like, damn. Damn. I don't know what's wrong with me. A lot of things are wrong with me, actually. Never mind. I like how I'm just like, oh, everything's wrong with me, you know? I'm just a messed up dude. Duderino. Duderino Dorito. Okay. Taking a screenshot. Save. Okay. Oh. Okay. I laid the sleeping bag on the ground and we sat on it. So, what are we going to do? I don't know. I've never been so close to utter failure. No, I wasn't questioning my choice, but indeed, I had no idea what to do next. What would you suggest? Sorry for the little slurs. It would be nice to have something to eat. You can eat my... You can eat my dick. There we go. You can eat my dick. Sorry, I ruined it. Have you brought anything with you? And that was exactly what I'd forgotten. No, I haven't. I replied slowly. That's fine. I can starve. We kept sitting in silence. I wonder if they will look for us. Though even if they do, they are unlikely to succeed. The forest is big enough. But food. By the evening, I'll get hungry too. Okay, stay here. I'll be right back. Where are you going? To get some food. Maybe we should go together? No, I'll be right back. Keep your ass there, girl. I headed back to the camp at a rapid pace, leaving Slavia alone in the glade. I'm absolutely certain that she won't go anywhere and will wait for me. I wish I was as certain that I'll remember the way back as well. even if they haven't started to look for both of us yet, then surely they'll have found out that Slavia is missing, so we have to move carefully and try not to get noticed. In general, every single pioneer was a threat now. Not only those who knew me, such an obvious kidnapping will surely be known to everyone in no time. And while getting to the canteen in a few sprints was not hard at all, I had no idea what to do next. I can't just walk in there like nothing happened.
Are you hiding here?
I almost jumped out of my skin. Uliana was standing behind me.
Getting hungry?
She stared at me.
Come on, why are you so quiet?
I was tongue-tied for a moment and couldn't think of an answer.
So why have you come?
I want to get something for Slavia. Yeah, Slavia. Slavia.
Oh, really?
Yeah, really.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Much to my surprise, Uliana didn't ask any awkward questions. In the blink of an eye, she zipped out of sight through the doors of the canteen. I was wondering whether I should trust her and wait, or I should flee before she returned with backup. However, Uliana interrupted my thoughts quickly as she reappeared in a couple of minutes with a plastic bag in her hands.
Here you go.
The bag was full of buns and had a few packs of kefir in it. But why?
Well, 'cause it's brave and cool.
She smiled slyly.
Best regards to Slavia.
Uliana waved goodbye and ran away. She was actually useful for once! I'm just kidding, guys. She was actually nice! I stood there for some time in confusion, but then went back to the forest. It was completely unlike Uliana, but frankly speaking, I was thankful to her. In the end, I couldn't get food by myself during the day without getting myself into trouble. Upon getting back to the glade, I found Slavia sitting on the sleeping bag in the exact same pose. Here. I gave the bag to her. You got it so fast, she said excitedly. Well, I found help. Slavia gave me a questioning look, but I didn't go into details. We ate busily without saying a word. I sighed with satisfaction in the end. Good, really good. Yeah, agreed Slavia. What are we going to do now? Maybe you have any suggestions?
About what?
Well, at least about how to deal with the camp leader.
I don't know.
And are you sure? Yes, I am. I interrupted her. This is an act of protest, after all. She must be aware that she can't order me. I stuttered. Order us around! I feel like I've said something stupid. Even if I was indeed Olga Dmitrievna's errand boy, Slavia was. You're funny. She gave a cute smile. We could just go and talk with her. But if you want to sit here and wait, I'm fine with it. I tried to talk to her. Are you sure you did it the right way? What is the right way? To be honest, I didn't know how to. I didn't know the answer. Such awkward talks were always something of a insurmountable task for me. I bet if I knew how to deal with such cases, things would go another way. Of course, since I was afraid and blaming myself, there was no chance to be confident. I don't know. Slavia burst into laughter. What? Nothing. I just feel like a princess who was saved from the evil witch's castle by Prince Charming. I looked at her carefully. While all this sounded quite romantic, I thought that what Slavia had just said was absolute nonsense. But generally, Olga Dmitrievna, as an evil witch, makes some sense. Well, the similarity is definitely there. I said it, spelling out every word. And princesses are given no choice in such cases usually. Slavia continued in a cryptic tone. Given no choice? That's impossible! It's me who hasn't no choice here. Just sit and wait until I get back to my reality by some miraculous chance. Does Slavia have anything in common with me? She is a role model pioneer, hardworking and beautiful. She has hundreds, if not thousands, of options. Probably this is the moment I've been dreaming about all my life. Such an unreachable girl as Slavia, not only sitting next to me, speaking and laughing, but completely depending on me. But is it a good or a bad thing? And what should I do next? There were more questions than answers. When it's hard enough to make a decision about my own life and take responsibility for my own actions, how could I do that for both of us? Before now, I'd keep myself distant from such problems in the hope of everything resolving on its own without my input. But I couldn't act this way now. And not even because of the fact that heaven only knows where and what time I was. You know, I could be wrong. Slavia looked at me inquiringly. We won't achieve anything indeed by just sitting here. And not just that, it's stupid and childish. You were right.
And what should we do then?
Let's go. We got up, I took the sleeping bag and headed to the camp, holding Slavia by the hand. Wow, we really need to fucking figure our shit out. Soon we came to the square where Olga Dmitrievna was standing as if she was waiting for us. Long time no see, she said angrily. Do you have something to say to excuse yourself? I have nothing to justify myself for. I have nothing to justify myself for. Okay. Right? Yeah. I have nothing. I replied calmly. Oh, really? Okay then, so you think all of this is normal? Fine. She paused for a few moments and turned to Slavia. Go to your cabin. I understand that you're not the one to blame. Slavia didn't move an inch. She just lowered her eyes and held my hand even more tightly. Slavia! As you can see, she doesn't want to. What did you say to seduce her? Oh my god! I said nothing! I started losing my cool. Why do you think we've done something wrong? We haven't done anything. At all! As if I haven't seen it. Oh my god, look at that smile though. She grinned. So what have you seen? She paused but continued a second later in the same tone. I've seen enough. Wow, you were so good at drawing conclusions! Getting a job in the secret police? Stop it with your rudeness! I didn't even think of starting it! I said sarcastically. Okay, your time is up and I'm not willing to continue this pointless argument. You're grounded till the end of this session. Oh, really? And how are you going to manage that? I'll lock you down in the cabin. And what if I object? Olga Dmitrievna gave me a surprised look. It was just now that I realized a crowd was gathering around us. Fight! 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 I'm just kidding. I could spot Lena, Alyssa, and Uliana in the crowd. What do you mean by object? Said the camp leader slowly. I meant exactly what I said. But you can't! A true pioneer? Well, that means I'm a false one. Olga Dmitrievna paused as if she was pulling herself together. You think I can't force you? And how would you do that? I laughed emphatically, ignoring the various mystical... I like how Slavia's just not even talking. Ignoring the various mystical forces that I was least concerned about right now, the camp leader indeed had absolutely no idea about enforcing anything. You know what? What? It looked like Olga Dmitrievna already understood that she had lost, but still could admit her defeat because of her pride and her position of eldest and wisest in the whole camp. Komsomol was a youth division of Communist Party. Young people who failed to join it generally were treated as outcasts in society. I'll send a report to your school! You won't be accepted to the Komsomol. You won't be able to join the party! Komsomol. I had no way to respond against such serious threats. Accept it. You have no choice anyway. Slavia, who had kept silent until now, intervened in the matter. Thank you. Olga Dmitrievna, why do you assume you're right from the start? Why is Semyon always to blame for everything? What's so special about what has happened? What have we done wrong? Are you even sure of what you are blaming us for? And if it was anyone other than me standing here, would you act the same way? Savia, you should know that. That's the point. I know everything. I know you. I know that Samion hasn't done anything wrong. I know you are prejudiced against him without any clear reason, by the way, even though he is trying his best. Yes, it looks awkward at times, but I know he puts all his energy and his heart into it. And you're going to blame him just because he is the way he is? I was charmed by this. Oh man, I feel really invigorated right now. I feel very passionate. Like, this is getting me worked up, but in a good way. Like, damn, I'm putting all my voice acting effort into this. I was charmed by Slavia's monologue, listening to it without really getting whether she was praising me, declaring facts, or stating her opinion, which is probably prejudiced. I guess her exact words flew over me. Just the melody of her voice was enough for me. It hypnotized and carried me away from the sick woman and stupid pioneer camp, while calming and healing the wounds in my soul. Oh my god, this is getting deep. Okay, I don't know what to do with you anymore. Olga Dmitrievna calmed down a bit. But don't think that I approve of your behavior. She turned away, sliced through the crowd, and headed to her cabin. I expected a storm of applause like in American movies, but the crowd started to dissolve quickly as the show came to its end. And Ulyana just winked at me slyly. Well, you know, we kind of overdid it. I looked at Slavia. She was smiling. No, not at all. I'd be arguing with her until late at night, and you nailed it right and clear. I wouldn't get the right words like that even if I had an entire week to think. Oh, come on. What? That's the simple truth, not a trace of lies or flattery. She gazed into my eyes and burst out laughing. I just said the first thing that came to my mind, and this is how it turned out. Your first thought is the right one. Then that's how the saying goes. I guess it is. I just noticed now that we were still holding each other by the hand. After feeling a bit awkward, I tried to pull my hand free, but Slavia didn't let me. This gave me the chills for a second. Where will we go? I had no desire to go back to my cabin. Strictly speaking, I didn't want to stay in the camp at all. What would you say if I suggested we return to the forest? Slavia looked at me with surprise. Well, you know, it's just sometimes... Okay, let's go. I wasn't expecting such a quick response and had no idea how to finish my sentence. I was just going to tell her about a feeling I get sometimes when you want to go somewhere outside of your comfort zone. At least for a while, at least for a couple of hours. I used to do this before quite often, visiting foreign district or even neighboring cities. New places and sceneries calm my heart and help to realize that the world is not limited by my apartment walls or the daily route to university or the workplace. And thus there are people who are doing better or worse than me. And so my typical problems are not as bad as they appear to be. I suddenly smiled. What? Nothing, I just remembered. Never mind, let's go! We headed to the forest, still holding hands. Well, guys, that's going to be it for this episode. So, with that being said, if you guys enjoyed this episode of Everlasting Summer, would like to see more of this game, then leave a like down below, leave a comment down below, share with your friends, subscribe if you haven't, ring that notification bell, and remember, die safely. Bye-bye!